Howdy, this is Plleg and welcome back. Well, this episode is about change. And a lot of changes have gone on. Contrary to what the title might lead you to believe, it's not about dying and it's not about aggression or being mad at anything. The kicking the bucket really refers to change. As you can see as we come out, there's a whole bunch of houses along here, which we'll explore in a little bit. Main thing we're going to do today is we're going to put a barn over our cow breeding system here. Basically, this is a system that I saw, I believe, from Doc M. Could be Zumavoid. Tsushima, not Zumavoid. Tsushima. Excuse me. I'll find it and put the link in the description. But basically, I needed leather for books, and I needed, plenty of supply of food. So I set this up here. I figured 5 stations is plenty. And the big difference that I made between the one that I'm going to refer to is that the reference system had only one block here that the cows would come into, and then when you breed them, the baby falls into here, and when it grows up, it suffocates, and all its goodies drop in through the hopper into the chest. What I found, though, was, I know this is the bug with the snapshots and whatnot, but that as soon as I dropped the cow in here, if there was only one, and sometimes even when there was 2, but 99% of the time when there was 1, the cow would get caught in the stream somehow and then pressed against this, and they would die instantly. And it happened over and over and over again, and finally I realized that the solution was to make it too wide and to stick the cows in and then put the water in. So it was kind of a tedious process. Unlike the reference video showed you just be able to plop the cows into the little one cell chutes and they would just be there, and it didn't quite work that way. But anyway, we got that going, and I set up this platform up here so that you can easily stand here. Let's go ahead and get this going while we're talking about this. So you can easily stand up here and breed the cows. And then the fence posts here are to stop me from falling in, which I did several times, which kind of really sucked. No sooner than I would get close, so these guys would bump me into each other. And I'd fall in, and then I'd have to pillar out or do something like that, and that was just a real pain. Also, what I did was, as you can see, I got a little pin up here for extras because, as I said, I kept putting them in here, and they kept dying, and it got really annoying. And that was also compounded by the fact that when I went looking for cows, there were none around. Alrighty, so sorry about that little interruption there. I needed to check my recording settings. I wasn't sure if I had set it to record my audio, which would have been kind of bad. So anyway, where was I? Part of the hassle with this was when I went to find cows for this breeding system, there were none around. I actually had to travel about 300 blocks back towards spawn before I even found the first cow. So that was a pain. Also, you can kind of see now that there are a few over there and out there kind of hanging around. Basically, what I also discovered was with this system, possibly again with the snapshots, is that, oops, we're running late. Talk real quick and we'll go to sleep for the day. Is that if there was a baby cow in here, in the little area there, and I logged off, when I logged back in again, the baby cow would no longer be inside the little stall, he'd be actually on the ground. And that was kind of a pain, because at the time I was having to, I did a lot of work, I had to log in and out a bunch, and so killed a bunch of them to start with, but then after a while I just figured, fine, let them roam, see how far they go. All right, so anyway, back to today's task. What we're going to do is we're going to build a barn around this cow breeder, basically a simple cow barn. I kind of looked on the web, got some reference ideas, and basically they're pretty boring structures. So we're going to kind of follow that pattern, with the exception that maybe we'll come back later and do something to it. What I want to do first, though, is I laid out these corners here to where I wanted to put the pillars, but I determined a little bit later on that I had this one out too many. I'm going to move it back one so it's just one off from the edges there. And unfortunately, I think during some of my recent changes or something, I lost my Silk Touch pickaxe, which I'm pretty sure I had, or at least had a enchanted book, and that was kind of another weird thing that happened. Oh, did that change instantly? No, it's not a short ramp. This one. There we go. Where was I? I had 2 enchanted books that I thought at least one of them had something good on it, and possibly even Silk Touch that I was going to put onto something. Let's do it this way. Still losing which one's which. And right now, maybe I'll show you guys later. I'm going to go back to my storage area. I think I got these guys lined back up, right? Is that right now, they just say enchanted books, and they don't say anything else. So I have no idea what they were. Let's see, let's go 1, 2, 3. Is 3 going to be good enough? Yeah, let's start there. Put a roof. Possibly even start lower. We could still walk here if we did a roof there. All right. Losing these, but let's just do that. So where was I? I was talking about losing the enchanted books, which is kind of a bummer. I'll show you that. Maybe that's a bug in moving from one version to another. I'm not really sure. But I didn't want to have to level up a bunch to get that back again, so I just went off and cooked a few more smooth stone. And if we need more, I'll take a quick break and do that. So what we're going to do with this, now I've got those 4 things, is as you can see here, got a bunch of red wool. As I said, cow barns are typically very kind of boring and plain, just walls and a roof. But I thought, you always kind of hear the expression about, or even seen a lot of barns and farms being red, or, can't hit the broadside of a barn. I don't know why that refers to red now. Anyway, I decided that we would make the walls red, and then we'll do the roof and in a different color wood, possibly birch, but I also pulled up the inventory here. Got some spruce. Oh, I thought I had some regular wood in here too. Well, I guess it's going to be the spruce or birch that we'll do the roof in. But anyway, I'm going to do the sides first because I didn't have as much wool as I thought I did to start with. And I actually went off and was breeding sheep over here with, so you can see them, they kind of ran off, and was farming them. I don't want this in there. But it takes a long time to, well, it takes a long time to breed and shear sheep, but it also takes a very long time to collect red flowers for the dye. I mean, I found a bunch as I was walking around in general, and then I started doing the bone meal in the grass, but red isn't that common of a color, it seems, and so I did a whole bunch of that. I don't know how big I made that. That's 2. 2. Okay. Oh, this one's 3. What are we going to do? You know, I think I should open this up. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to put fencing. Did I bring any with me? No. All right. Well, we're going to put fencing. Let's go through it. We're going to put fence, probably fence gates here, fence here, fence here. I might leave this open, or I might do some fencing here to kind of give it a nice look, and so it's not completely open. We do need to go up and finish this here. Also, while I'm just plopping down wool here, part of the change, as I said, you can see kind of in the distance as I'm doing this, is that I created a whole bunch of new houses because I really want to get to the point where I can get these villagers to populate this area a lot more. You know, they still have just glommed on to that apartment complex I did, and they just haven't left. I mean, even if I, you know, let them, they're all hanging around for days and whatnot, and they still just will not, so how do we do this here? Start here. I should probably do the roof first so I know. But I can do the sides. I'll just pop down and get some sides going here. Do at least a double row if we can. Keep any bad guys from coming out. Not that too many spawn, but I'm pretty good about not letting the night creep up on me. Anyway, going back to the change, as I did, as you can see, a bunch of houses that we'll go through in a bit to give these guys more places to live, and hopefully they'll start migrating at least partially into there. And then also that'll allow for the not already. A lot more breeding, so we can have a lot more villagers to trade with, and you know, potentially move to other areas when the time comes. Also, another change, kind of referred to in the title. Let's see, do I have a crafting bench up there? Let's take this one with me. Is that, let's see, first thing is I'm on the snapshots. I decided there were features, as you can see down below, like the hoppers and things, that I was just waiting for to come into the regular version or exit, excuse me, come into Bukkit. And I just frankly got tired of waiting. Not that I'm saying anything bad about the Bukkit guys, because they do a heck of a job, and I still love Bukkit and whatnot, but I really just wanted to start playing around, at least with this latest stuff. What I'm going to do here is make a few stairs so we can check out how the roof's going to look. We'll do some stairs here. So I really wanted to play around with some of the features in the snapshots, and so that obviously required me to do the snapshots, and it also meant to get rid of Bukkit. And you know, it could be the Bukkit thing could be temporary. I should probably make that out one so that there's a little bit of an overhang. That would probably look a little better. All right, let's see how well I can manage this. Put it on there, upside down. No, don't want it. Okay, let's come back and bottom. There we go. Let's go down and grab that guy real quick. I'm losing train of thought. So let's see, Bukkit. Oh, again, nothing wrong with Bukkit. I just want to do the snapshots. So that's part of the change we've got going here. Also, you know, I guess I've already said it. I wanted to start using some of the newer features. So that's the change there. The change also is the fact that I did a whole bunch of stuff offline to try to catch up from the lack of updates recently. And so I wanted to get moving with that. The new features will allow me to do that. I'm not waiting for the new features. And it's going to look, oh, I was going to come over here and see the spruce might look better. All right, let's do some spruce real quick. Well, I just cannot. Oops, is it? Come back up. No, it's fine, because so I didn't want to be held back by changes. And I want to get more things done. So that's what we're going to do. Please go right. Yes. Okay. Oh. That's... Oh. Not what I wanted. So I'll grab that one guy later. Let me do those. Oh. Alright, swap these guys out. Okay. Let's stand back and see which one looks a little better. So, I did a bunch of houses, try to catch up on things. I did the barn here for the breeding system, and then we're doing the barn. Next up, what do you think that looks better? You know, I kind of think when we pull the red up to here, I think this dark wood's going to look better for the barn. I do have a lot of light birch roofs, probably not too many in the distance there. Maybe one of them's previous roof's dark, so I think that'll look better. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Let's turn up. Oh. I need to make a whole bunch more spruce. Okay, let's just dump all these into logs. So one of the things that are on the short list of stuff to do is I need to go into the nether. Oh, that was also another reason why I really wanted to go to the snapshots, was that the nether now has the nether quartz. And since there is now a built-in part of Minecraft that will do daylight sensors, a lot better than I did before. You know, with having to make up the stuff, the weird piston-based stuff and whatnot, and then even the custom plugin that I did, Red Time, if you remember, earlier episode. So now that's also a reason why I'm really forcing myself to, so you can kind of see down there some of the cows grew up and they're dying, and all their goodies going into the, oops, I did not open it. Alright, let's trade out something here. show this so I can do it quicker. I want to go into the nether to get nether quartz. So that I can basically put in a replacement for my daylight sensor. And start using the built-in functionality that they have there. So that's one reason I wanted to do that. Oops, I'm going off the edge again. Let's go ahead and do a scaffold here. So I don't have to keep going up. And so that's the next, probably the next episode, or definitely one very shortly here, is going to be going into the nether, looking for the nether quartz, so we can redo that. Also, I think I mentioned in a previous episode also that I'm out of glowstone, because I need to do a lot more roads in the town here, and then get those lit up. Actually, I think some of the ones I have going that direction don't have lights to start with, so ran out of that. So we want to take care of getting that back together. Let's see, what else was that? Let's see, we talked about the nether quartz, timer, house. Huh? I guess maybe that's all the changes and all the near-term future stuff that we're going to do. Well, I'm going to run out of stairs real quick here. Let's see. Okay. It's going to need... Oh, I did not count this off, did I? Well, you know, let's do 3 in the flat roof. That saves a lot of hassle. And plus, I don't think that'll look bad. I don't think we really need to have a barn this big with such a steep pitch roof. I think most barn pictures you see do have either steep pitch roofs or flat, you know, more industrial kind, or just pretty much flat tin roofs, flat metal barns. So I didn't want to go that extreme. So you have to go one more. That's where I want that one. So one here. Is it turning nighttime already? No. That's what I think. Alright, so now let's do our scaffolding. So I want to do a little mixture of both, and like I said, I threw in the red to give it more of a barn look. Depending on how much flat area we have, we might borrow an idea from Etho and put a cow face on either one of the long sides or possibly the shorter side, but I think the shorter side isn't going to be enough blocks or pixels for that, so we'll probably do it on one of the flat sides. But that's going to probably be a little while, you know, afterthought thing we come back to later, because I said I'm already pretty much out of wool, and I don't even have this barn finished the way they wanted with red, and it's going to take a bit of time. I just ran out of all these. All right, let me take a quick pause here. I'll run off and get some more wood. I think I'll finish this up. Unless I gotta go. That's just one layer. Why does that look off? What did I do? I really screwed something up here, didn't I? What the heck did I do? I think I went one too high. I did. Alright, so I'm going to go back, get more wood, cut all this back down again so I can put it where it belongs. And then I'll come back to you guys when I've got the 2 sides done, And I think for the roof, you know, we might do glass, maybe some beams, and then with glass in between to kind of let some natural light in. That'd be a little bit different than a normal barn, but then that way it won't make it so dark in here. And at least then during the daytime there'll be lights. We'll also obviously need to stick some torches or some other kind of lighting in here. So, all right, I'm going to take a quick cut, and I'll see you guys when we get to that point. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected, but there we go. The nice barn, got the red walls. Might come back a little bit later and change the side here to maybe put a beam across here to make it, to break it up a little bit. It seems to be a little too much just solid red. Maybe we should change possibly this line right here to a beam, or maybe this one, but I'm kind of leaning towards that one. And otherwise, it's kind of bland. Oops. Kind of bland here, so we might want to put some kind of design and possibly another entrance, but maybe something different there. And then on, I put the fence gates in here, and then I lined this with fences to kind of give it the open but still kind of closed look. Let's go up here and take a look. Let's see. And up in here, like I said, right now I've got torches. We'll do some better lighting. And I kind of left this open here. I mean, I could have run the wool all the way up, but I kind of decided that, you know, it covers it up from the outside and inside. And that might be a nice place to put either some glowstone lamps or something else possibly there to give a little visual interest. And then we got the skylights. I think this looks really nice. You got the beams kind of showing support, but then you've got the glass so that you get the natural light from the daylight. And then also if you're up here at night, you know, you can see the night and you're not totally closed in. And we got the cows here. While we're here, let's give them another breed. I think one of these I have 3. Anyway, and it still took a lot longer than I expected to get all the wool. Oops. Let's go up and sleep this night away real quick. No, we're not quite there now. Close. Well, as I was saying, it took it's down far enough. It took an awful long time to gather up all that extra wool. Oh, and then finally, it took very long, but it took a little less longer when I finally realized that the best way of doing it was to actually just color the sheep and then harvesting them, since I could get you know, 1 to 3 wools. Before I had them all white because I figured white was a neutral color, and white seems to be the only wool you can actually dye. If you have some other color wool, you can't dye it back to something else, which I thought you could at one point. Maybe not. Maybe it changed. I don't know. But anyway, but you can dye the wool directly on the sheep. So now I have tons of red sheep, which probably don't need right now. But when I need another color, all I have to do is remember this time and actually dye the sheep and then start harvesting wool from them. I tried to keep pretty close tabs on the breeding here so that, you know, I already had some. I didn't want to get things messed up. So I tried to make sure I bred reds with reds and then didn't breed any whites. However, see down there is a little pink guy. Apparently a red mother or red and white got together and got him. Anyway, and this guy got left over. I don't think I have any dye left on me. Anyway, you can just stay that way. So as I said, that took a lot longer. So we're going to be about done here. I'll give you a quick run through of the houses that I created to keep this area a little more populated and hopefully get the villagers moving in back to this area or this area too. Some of the houses that were like on the corners, I figured deserved a bigger lot or a bigger house. As typically happens, the corner lot gets the, the better stuff. So this one has a nice big room in here, furnace, oh, excuse me, and the crafting bench. And after I did them, I started realizing I need to put more than just one door in the building. So this one actually has 3. Probably doesn't make sense to have a door onto his neighbor. Oh, let's go up here real quick. Whoops. What did I do? No, didn't go up enough. And up here is where I get the bed. I'm going to have to move this. I kind of thought having the bed up on a little pedestal like that might be neat. But what happens is when you sleep here, you basically, it throws you up in here and you take damage when you wake up. So I'll probably change that. But otherwise, I kind of, this one's got skylight. They all have different types of windows. This one being an upper story, and the corner lot has the big bay windows, so, or not bay, but you know what I mean, big picture windows so you can see out more, see past the other houses in general, and see the landscape down here. And I tried to mix up the wood types here, as you can see, to try to give interest, and trying to keep the styles a little different, and then the wood types different to give them all each little special character. That one. Oh, and I gave all or most of them nice little porches, which I did differently for each one. Excuse me, Cal. This is one I just kind of left open. I figured, it's instead of cramming another level in here, just have a vaulted ceiling. It looks kind of nice, and we'd replace these torches eventually with maybe glowstone lamps or something like that. But that would still look kind of nice, and you got the little windows up there to let light in from there, if not. And the next one. This is another inn unit that I thought deserved a special treatment. So it's got, it's just got 2 doors. I need to probably change this up here to add a door back here. But again, here it's got the bed down here and all the stuff. And then you come upstairs, and I think right now this is just a big empty. I figured this one with all the huge windows, is more like a family room or a game room. Maybe put some tables or something up here instead of just taking it up for a bedroom. So there we are. Oh, sorry for yawning. I said it's been a bit longer day than I expected it to be. Let's see, we went to those. These trees here isn't really going to stand, or that one back there. For all this housing, I really needed a lot of wood, so I just used the close area right there and just started planting and growing trees to take care of the need that I had. Here's another one, kind of vaulted ceiling, little different style. Again, all the houses have at least 1 bed, 1 crafting bench, and 1 furnace. I think some of them I might have put some coal in, so that way if you happen to run into one for the night or something, there'd be some coal if you wanted to do something. This one's flat roof. Still, again, the mixture, I think it's a nice mixture of the wood types to kind of give interest and make them not look so tract house. And there's the barn again. And we need to make some changes there. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this episode. Next episode, like I said, is either going to be the nether, which we need to go down and get some quartz and more glowstone, the quartz for our day and night sensor. Also, one of the things that I did in creative in the snapshot prior to moving this world into the latest snapshot 13078, I think it is I developed a single item mass storage and retrieval system that's kind of neat, where you can basically come in one place and you can have it dispense you whatever item you want, or whatever item it stores, which is mainly meant for cobble. So you can stand in one spot and it'll just feed you all the cobble you want. And also the same way that you can stand in one place and you can deposit the cobble that you had. So if you're out mining, you come in, you just deposit everything here. And then that way you have one stop to do both storage and retrieval for the one item, and doesn't do any sorting. But I think that's cool for, again, mass storage items like cobble that you want to save up. And it's expandable. I think I have it I forgot the exact number now. It was something just over 1,000 stacks of an item that it will store using I think it was 5 levels of stacked chest. Anyway, so we're probably going to implement that in one of the next few episodes, and we'll probably stick it right here. Change out all of our storage down here. That was going to be temporary anyway. Since I moved to the snapshot, we really don't need that to be as big and bulky as is. But then again, I mean, we do have room here. Maybe if I want to store multiple things, I could come here and do the cobble here, and maybe dirt here, sand. Maybe I will turn this into a mass storage room, but a room where you go for the mass storage items, and you still have the different stations where you can come up and either get or deposit your materials. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for now. So I thank you for watching, and until next time, have fun.